Welcome back, everyone. Going on the second half here of Court of Swords. Adam, what's up?
So, let's begin with Ramus, Yota, and Berg. So, Ramus, you report to your friends that there has been some kind of kerfuffle, that the agents of the Divine Comedy have come here and been rejected by Miss Tippett, but that they are attempting to come and get you. Do you remain here, knowing that they will eventually come back and in greater numbers, or do you make your way somewhere else? You also know that the Queen knows you're here and may come to visit, so that's another reason you might want to stay. What do you think?
Is this information that Ramus has told, relayed to us, or?
Yeah, I've just walked in and told you what happened downstairs, basically.
Okay,
we can.
Well, we have a choice. We can either stay here and hope that they don't search or find us, or we can leave a message with Miss Tippett if we can trust her. I'm sorry. I don't know if I know her name. I'm just gonna say I do, like you've said it.
Sure. Yeah, it's easier than trying to refer to like that lady or whatever. We know the audience knows, so you might as well know.
We can pay her and leave a message for the Queen and tell them to meet us somewhere. It seems like our two best options.
It seemed to me like she has a strict set of rules, and they're not allowed in here. And everyone down there will kill any guards that come in if they try to start something. The Queen would have to come peacefully if he wanted to talk to us. I don't think Miss Tippett would allow him to bring in guards without a fight.
Not concerned about the Queen. Queen is doing something underhanded. Wouldn't come with an entourage because I'm worried about the king coming to look for me, her pet that has escaped.
And the king is a girl. And
yes.
The queen is a guy.
That's correct.
Yeah, unlike in our world, king and queen are references to types of responsibility rather than gendered leadership roles. So I get it.
I get it.
Yeah, totally. This is for the audience's benefit. So the king traditionally is responsible for the aggressive rule, the kind of dealing with other kingdoms, managing making the hard decisions, working with the knight to manage the military, and then the queen is about culture and agriculture and sort of the spirit of the people. But the actual gender of the people doesn't.
Yeah. Everybody was just confused being Berg.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
If I had to guess, I think the king is throwing a tantrum and shaking down every tavern in a certain area trying to find us. I don't think they know we're here. They were just wanting to search.
Yes, but how many taverns have loyal patrons like this one has? My point is, they go to every tavern in the near area, and they all get searched with little to no fight. And this is the only one left that they haven't searched. They'll know we're here.
It's possible.
I have a good idea.
I have a feeling the Queen is going to show and not to harm us. I think the Queen is benefiting from all this chaos, and he would want to help us get away from the city, so that way she's forever seen as a fool.
I agree, but do you think the Queen will arrive before the king comes back in force?
I have a feeling that that is the case.
Very well then. Well, I'm fine staying here, Berg.
Berg's a
Will
bit.
you-
Berg's has been looking pretty rough. He hasn't had any sleep since we got here, and he needs at least a nap.
If situation
Gonna glitch real quick. Like, yep, that's the word.
is dire, I can fight and go. But if I can rest, that would be good.
Well, we don't know exactly how long it will be until the queen or whoever comes to find us. So I suggest
Yeah.
you get something to eat or drink from this realm. It'll taste disgusting, but it'll allow you to sleep.
Do we have the drink so I can sleep? We do have
Yes.
more. Yes.
The room comes with food and drink.
Right. I forgot. Been a long few days. I miss when we were the weird ones.
Yeah, you are surrounded by very strange individuals and have been for some time. It makes sense that you would start to feel that psychological fatigue.
I will go eat and rest. Not downstairs, though. Bring food here. Probably
Yeah.
better.
I just feel like this is the one place in the city that we have something in front of us while we sleep. We'll hear them if they come.
Agreed.
Yes. Ramus, do you require sleep yourself?
I could use a rest to recharge my aura.
Very well. I say we handle it as if we were camping. We let Berg get as much sleep as he can, if he can, and go in shifts if time allows. But Berg, get some food and get some rest. I'm not sure when the queen will arrive.
So that's it. You want to rest until the queen arrives?
Yeah.
Yeah, Berg will rest. Ramus and I'll stay up and chat if need be about like what's been going on and like what the fuck they've learned and all this kind of shit.
Okay.
Or
All right.
Ramus
Yeah. So you
would
do
like
that.
to rest
You
for a spell.
so you want to try to get in a long rest?
We'll try
Is that
with
the plan?
shifts, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's reasonable. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you settle into rest. A servant of the place brings up some, yes, strange food and drink, but you eat it and you rest, and we'll see how that goes. So meanwhile, back at Camp Bugfucker, Maharib, you are walking around this swamp with the former gun princess. She's wearing a ratty like bed sheet as if it were a toga. She's walking around barefoot. And I think we fade back in on the two of you, and she's looking around the place, and she's scowling, and she says, so you're kind of coming into the conversation, and she's judging the place, right? She's like, I can't believe anyone lives here. It's so wet.
You called it home.
But what about, she says, she points off in the distance, and she says, what about that city over there? We should go there.
Well, part of the reason I came over here was whatever you were before promised to get me inside. But my friends are inside, I assume. I'm not sure if they're still alive, but that is a destination I would hope to visit soon, yes.
Then we should go. There's nothing tying us to this place. Did you get what I promised you before Whatever happened to me?
Not exactly, no.
Hmm.
Still have some business here at the farm.
Like what?
Well, your friend, the caretaker, I'm not ready to leave him just yet.
Sounds like he's your friend, not mine.
Sure.
You're a strange one. Why did you come to this place? Not the farm, but this land. I get the feeling you don't belong here.
You're quite right, I don't. Myself and my friends are not from here, you could say.
She nods and she says, "And you say that I am."
Perhaps what you once were was, but now I do not think so. You've changed.
All people do, given time.
Not as much as you. He kind of laughs.
Well, I am special. I knew that the moment I woke up. I feel strange, out of place, yet familiar. These swamps, tents, I recognize them, but at once they feel wrong to me. The light in the sun seems weak, as though I remember a brighter one. I feel I'm walking between two worlds.
It would make sense
Why?
if that were the case.
How did we get to be here? What happened?
Well, you are from here, but... And I try to think of the easiest way to convey how we got here. And I think I'll just say, like, myself and my friends wandered here through a tear between worlds, it seems. We're still trying to figure that out.
And did you do this on purpose? Have you and your friends come here for some conquest? Treasure?
No, it
Or
was...
is it an accident?
It was a complete accident. I know not much of what happened, but one of my friends in particular probably does, and if he's still alive, would be the good source of information to get us home. That's why we must go find him soon.
So you are the sword arm of your tribe. Your friends, they fulfill other purposes? Tell me about them.
Well, there's the drunk, Yota. He is a fighter still coming into his own, but he has a spark. He's strong. There's Berg. Well, he's a conundrum of his own, I suppose. Circumstances have changed what he is, much like yourself, in a manner of speaking. But strong warrior. Then the one with the information to get us home is Ramus Krill. If Berg is weird, he is even weirder. In a good way, of course.
You travel with misfits. Now, makes sense then that you're friends with this squirming shaman. And I'm no better. Princess with a lost memory. Do you accumulate these accidents on purpose? Or are you just unlucky? Make bad friends?
I say accidents because I am not ready for them, but I would assume this is some destined path, so I'm here because I'm here. Ultimately. No point in looking at it any other way.
So the two of you are speaking in Giant. When you talk about destiny, fate, how is that different from the way that humans speak? Right? Like if you were talking about it being your destiny, what a human might mean, because they speak common, and common is a derivation of the language of heaven or whatever. They would mean like it is the path that the gods of heaven have laid out before you. How is it different for giant?
I think it's different in the sense that the giants believe, because they're made of rock, that things are set and they can't really change from, what they know to be. And so they understand everything to happen because it's set in stone.
Right. So it's it's kind of like the rule of the world is written in stone, and the idea that like you're born into your chapter of the story of the universe.
Yeah,
and that there will be an end. It's kind of
the stone.
Yeah, it's kind of like Viking-esque in the sense that like Ragnarok is not meant to be avoided or ignored. It'll happen eventually, just like everything happens.
The end of the world's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's
right. Yeah. Just things occur because they were written a long time ago and will go that way. Cool. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So there is a kind of like an inevitability to it, and that's how she would understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so she says, well then, ancestors willing, we'll find your friends. We'll get you wherever it is we all need to be going. It unsettles me not knowing what I did before this. I saw the way that shaman looks at me. Was he my concubine? Is that how it was? Like a puppy. Disgusts me.
I understand it that you two were great friends. He provided you with ammo. You used a gun in combat. A object that shoots these bugs. You killed me, believe it or not.
She laughs, and she kind of looks you up and down, and she says, in truth, I don't know if I believe you, but I'd like to believe you, so I will.
It was the first time I ever fell in combat. I will remember it. I'm not sure I ever want to revisit that, but...
Well, you know what they say. First time is always special. She gives you a punch in the arm.
I look down at that punch. He's not sure how to take that whatsoever.
Yeah, you're like, are you flirting with me, or is that a threat, or like what? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out she's a pretty good giant lady, because I envision that's definitely like a thing, right? Like there's a little bit of Klingon in y'all, right? Where it's just
yeah,
I will kill you and rip off your head, and you're like, I love you too, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she's being a little like, well, I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was great.
Right. So yeah, I think that moment lingers for a second, and then I turn around and see Bugfucker doing something, probably upset, throwing something around.
Right. You just look over and he's just raking angrily.
Yeah. And I stare at him, and while staring at him, I need you to do me a favor.
What's that?
Your friend, well, that man over there, who was once your friend, is very upset with me. He's not said it out loud, but I can tell. He believes that you are just going to leave, and whatever happened between the two of you simply never happened. I feel bad for this man.
Yeah, and she looks. The two of you are like looking at him, watching him, like, and the rake has gotten stuck on a rock or something, and he like pulls on it, and the head of it comes off, and he falls in the mud. Like it's a real pathetic moment. And and she looks at him and scowls. She looks at you. He is pitiable.
Perhaps now, but it seems once upon a time he was one of the smartest people in this land. He has books that he has written in that over time have deteriorated, but his intelligence was unrivaled, it seemed, at one point, at least in the subject of those books.
Shame. This place seems to be one of loss. I lost who I was. He's lost his memories. Don't like it here.
We need to find a way to, I guess, get him to come with us.
Come with us to where? The city?
Something like that. Yes.
Look at him. He's small. Just pick him up and drag him there if he won't come. I will issue an edict, and if he does not obey, you can knock him over the head, and we'll drag him there.
You can't just simply will something to happen by your own doing. That is not how it's done.
I beg to differ.
I think I turn around and just stare at her and say, okay, try.
Try what?
Tried to drag him away.
Scowls. She's kind of like, you see, like, stubbornness, and she's like, fine. And she, like, walks past you.
The second she walks
towards
past,
him.
I, like, grab her neck and just throw her down on the ground.
You want to, like, knock her down? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You can try judo attack. All right. Well, make a stealth roll first. See if she sees it coming.
I'm not really being stealthy about it. But sure.
Okay. Well, no. So the thing is, like, I want to see if you like surprise her, basically.
Okay.
So you're gonna make a stealth roll just to see how, like, because if it'll give you advantage or not on the next roll.
Okay. 20 crit. Great.
She does not see it coming. All right. So now make an athletics roll with advantage.
18.
Okay.
Fuck, that's pretty
All right.
good.
18. So I'll give her an acrobatics roll. Let's see. Well,
15?
not dexterous enough. So, so you grab her, and what is it? Yeah, so what does it look like? You just grab her and like throw her in the muck?
Yeah, she like walks past and like I just grab her throat and just like slam her down into the ground and then like stand over.
You basically clothesline her into the mud.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knock her down, and you see her like she gets the wind kind of knocked out of her and she blinks a couple of times, looks up at you, and instead of getting angry, you see her grin. She rolls over in the mud and throws herself at you, like to grab you. And it's like, it's a fight now. It's like a scrap. So yeah, she basically throws herself at you to try to like grab you and pull you down into the mud with her. So let's do that. Let's do that athletics. Now you don't have advantage this time, but basically she just like, leaps on you. Make an athletics check.
Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any other tricks I can do. 11. We'll see. I have to roll 2 or higher. 25.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she is fighting like someone much stronger than she is, which means that she's not doing a very good job.
Right.
She doesn't realize that, she's like 110 pounds, but she's trying to fight you like she weighs the same as you, right? She's fighting you like a Goliath would fight you,
Right.
and she's not doing a very good job. So yeah, she throws herself at you, tries to like get you and drag you down, but she can't do it. Do you just like pick her up off the ground or like throw her back down? Like, what do you do?
I throw her back down into the dirt.
Okay, so she like slams back down into the dirt. She like looks up at you, she's breathing, and I think she snarls and like does it again. She's like and like lunges at you. She gets 17.
Are we like in essence in combat?
No, not really. Like it's not that serious.
Okay. Oh,
But if you have
I rolled
abilities
deception
that
on
you
accident,
think
sorry
are about it, it's okay. All right. Whatever it is, she doesn't believe it.
19. Again.
19. Okay. All right. So same thing. Like this time, she lunges at you. You just like spin her around, throw her back on the ground, and so she's
there. By the way, is he watching?
Bugfucker is standing, holding the like rake handle, just like
What
like watching.
Dick. You guys are dicks.
He's just watching you like throw her around in the mud, and he has no idea what's going on. And like, like the rake just like snaps in his hands. He's just like, and he just storms off. And she like looks up and she's like breathing really hard. She's like, all right, fine. So you're strong. Great. She puts her hand up to like help me up.
Yeah, I'm oblivious to everything else. I don't notice Bugfucker storm off, so I reach down and pick her up.
Oh, we know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably
She bites you.
Oh,
But you have like armor on, right? So you reach out, she grabs your wrist and she like sinks her teeth into your hand. And she's just like bites down as hard as she can. You barely feel it. And she's like bites you and she looks up at you and you're not doing anything. And she like takes her teeth out of your hand.
very
She's like,
slowly.
yeah, just like, and she looks at you and then she uses your arm to like pull her up and she spits. She's like, now I'm covered in mud. I hope you're happy.
You will do that.
You're stronger than you look.
Yeah.
And I've been unconscious and I'm weak. We'll have this conversation again when I'm feeling better. Now, where did that shaman go?
I spin around and realize that he's gone now, right?
He's gone. There's a broken rake laying on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. Can I make a survival check to track the footprints?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't even need to make a check. You can just follow.
Yeah, I just follow them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the two of you follow to go and find Obstinate Bug. Meanwhile, Ramus, Berg, and Yotazo, you get the rest that you require. So Berg, you feel better. You have all your hit points back finally. Everybody gets their abilities and stuff. And I think that the end of your long rest is it's bookended by a knock on the door. You hear someone knocking. Yeah, like that. Who answers the door?
Ramus.
Probably. I would say probably Ramus because Yota and Berg are both like wanted criminals.
Yeah, I think I answer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you open the door and there's a woman who is dressed like a nun, kind of like she has a sort of frock and her hair is like covered. And she has white face paint and big red circles on her cheeks and kind of a fake smile. Like her face is neutral, but she has like a Joker kind of smile painting on her mouth. And she looks at you when you open the door, and she says, "You are the Ramus Krill, yeah?"
Has he come to see us?
You have a divine visitor. May we enter?
Let me make sure everyone in here is decent. Just give me one moment.
She nods. She says, "Prepare as you must."
I go to everyone. Berg, Yoda. I think the queen is here.
What?
The queen. I think she's coming into our room. He's coming into our room in a minute.
Are
you ready?
Or can I lay here?
He's royalty. You have to treat him like such.
Mm.
Gets up, you hear like boom, boom. Starts getting decent and putting on this stuff.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. So what do you do to prepare for this, and like how long do you take?
Just a few minutes to like straighten up the meal from last night, to clean off the table, just clean it up a little bit in the room quickly, and then go back to the door and sorry, our room isn't.
She's just standing there, like it's like you closed the door and she didn't move, like she just stood there staring at the door, and you open it and she's still just standing there.
Well, you may come in now.
And she nods and she turns around and she walks into the hall, and then you hear a creaking sound. You hear the sound of some kind of wooden apparatus creaking. You hear the sound of wooden wheels on the floor, and into the doorway comes a chair, a wheeled chair made out of wood inlaid with ivory and what looks like gold. And in this chair, there's a figure, an emaciated figure dressed in white lace. They have their hands folded in their lap, and their hands are delicate with like long fingers and sort of paper thin skin. You can see the veins underneath. You can't see their face. They're wearing a white veil over their face. And the nun is
whispered to
pushing
Ramus.
this chair.
The queen might have needed a disguise, but this also might be a trap. So, Berg, be ready for anything.
You're saying that as like Berg's like putting on the rest of his armor and things like that in case things go south.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the chair is wheeled into the room, and the attendant reaches into the back of the chair. There's like a box in the back of the chair and takes out a familiar looking jug. Though.
And you see like it's hard for Yota to hide like how much he wants to just jump and grab it and drink it right now.
Right after that,
it's like a fire hose.
The changes tune completely. It's like, never mind, Berg. Never mind. We're good. Fuck it.
In fact, you might even see his arm like come up just slightly and then put it back down.
My precious. So she takes out the jug and she's holding it, she's sort of cradling it. And then a voice from behind the veil says, "My brother bade me bring you this gift. Promise fulfilled. I brought the rest of your things as well." And the nun hands you the jug, and then from the chair takes out your bag with all of your other stuff in it.
I see. Man of his word. I'm not sure if we'll ever speak again, but he has my undying gratitude. Thank you. I grab the stuff. Like I try not to look desperate.
Yeah, right. He so from the veil he says, the court operates with a sort of twisted honor. I do not think that he would lie to you if he could help it. Not like our sister. You've angered her a great deal, you know, by escaping.
I've seen. She sends soldiers and mercenaries to come kill us, which is why we would request information or a guide on how to best leave the city.
Opportunity is like a hornet's nest, a flame. She will not stop until she finds you. She has your friend, the diviner. He is being tormented. I do not think that he will last long.
Was that the one we left? Berg? Ramus? I'm assuming.
Little action.
Oh, wait, I know Little Action.
You do?
Fuck, okay. Sorry, I thought it was a new person. No, I know Little Action. Sorry, my bad. I didn't ask that. I apologize.
That's okay.
I'm afraid we haven't been properly introduced. Are you the knight?
Yes, I am now. That is what they call me.
Are you... You owe no allegiance to either the queen or the king. I have seen you with her and now with doing the queen's bidding.
They are my family.
I know that feeling.
I came
Will
to
you help
warn
us? Oh, sorry.
I came to warn you. Our Lord comes. I hear him whispering. Every cycle it grows louder. I know what you are, you and your friends. What you represent. If he finds you, he'll tear you apart. I do not wish to see that happen. This is a world in which suffering is all too common. The weight of it breaks my heart. You should go. It's not safe for you here.
You say
Can
you know who we are, what we are. Is there any information that you can give us so that we might return to where we come from?
No. I only have visions, dreams. In the moments that I am not awake, I am elsewhere. Your little action and I have that in common, a connection with veins. It is why the fool in verse took me on.
Do you desire to stay in this place? Or would you yearn to be where we're from? Seems
place
you're
is
more like us than you're like them.
That place is poison to me, as it is to all of us. I would not last there, just as you will not last here. This place, one way or another, will be the end of you if you cannot escape it.
Do you know a
So-
way out of the city? A secret route, smuggler's tunnel, to get us past all her guards?
This is a lawless place. It's all smugglers and secrets. Would that I could sneak you away myself. But I cannot. Even being here is forbidden. But the proprietress owes me a favor. I should not linger long.
Is there anything in our limited capacity that we could do to repay you for this boon?
I have everything that I need. My story is already written. Go back to where you came from and spare this place any more suffering.
How?
The veins. It's how you came here. It is the only way to return.
We thought that might be the way we want to leave.
But in our world, we've only seen the Mara come and go through these veins. They don't have never seen one use one in person, but they do invade our realm. And they're the only ones that I've ever heard of any of the people here that can do that or know any knowledge of that.
Some are more concerned with this crusade than others. My master, in particular, desires your world. The sweet meats of it. It's why we dress and act in mockery of the laws of your heaven. I think the veil between our worlds grows thinner. Best to return home while you can, while you still have one. And the difference between that place and this one is still perceptible.
You mentioned heaven. Before you go, I have an item that I would just have you look at and see if there's anything familiar or anything about it. And I pull out the key and I go to like hand it to him.
Okay. The nun takes it from you, and then gives it to him. So he puts his hands out and you place it in his hands.
He doesn't like to be handed stuff.
Yeah, don't touch me. So yeah, he takes it and he holds it in his hands, and there's a moment, and he turns his head towards Berg, and he says, "You suffered greatly for this, and for the machinations of the man who held it, but it was given to him by one of ours. I feel freedom, liberation in this thing." And he turns as he says this to Ramus. He says, "Friendship, too, forged in blood, suffering, a long dark road, and a door at the end. I cannot see what is beyond." And the nun takes the key from him and gives it back to you.
It seems this key is not for me to carry anymore. Would you like it back?
Who are you saying that to?
Yeah, who you addressing?
Ramus gave it. Ramus like threw it.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Yeah. And I handed out to Ramus like, it seems it still has a story to tell and a purpose to serve. Would you like it back?
I'll take it. I believe this might have some use later.
Very well, I will mark it off in my inventory.
I shall add it to mine.
Yes, the great inventory transfer. Truly a sacred act.
Your Majesty, if I know you don't owe us anything, but the little one who was captured, he doesn't know anything. He's small. He gets bossed around. If you find an opportunity to accidentally let him go or let him escape, it would help him greatly. He suffered so much in life, and I fear what's happening to him now. Only if you find the opportunity and you are merciful enough to grant it to him.
You will find many things in this world, Ramus Krill, mysterious and wonderful, but mercy will not be among them. I am sorry. Your friend's fate is to suffer now.
And the nun looks at you and she says, "We have to go." And she takes the chair and just basically like she's like, "It's over," and just like turns him around and wheels him out.
And I didn't miss him saying like who we should talk to, like to get out of the city. Just like talk to anybody. We're all smugglers.
You said you're on your own.
He said like there is no place because this whole place is like Swiss cheese, right? Like you don't have it. You got to be careful. Everybody's looking for you. You're the dangerous thing in this town. Everybody wants a piece of you. But like it's easier to create secret tunnels when there is a clear wall, right? This place is just a chaos, so there's no real easy way to do that.
Okay.
Everybody's looking for their own back road.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, the three of you are alone in your room once again.
we have I have my stuff, and we have some new information. Not extremely helpful, but Ramus, I wanted to ask you, with your magic, I'm sorry, your mighty magic. Do you have a way of changing our appearances or anything like that, making us look like something or someone else?
I knew someone once. Calumet, he could have done such a thing. He was a great member of our party, but I don't know what happened to him. But sadly, I don't have that ability. Deception is not a cleric's strong suit.
Well, if we have any sort of allies in the moment, I'd say the proprietor of this place would be the first one I'd ask about getting out of the city.
We have two people that could help us. One, as you said, Miss Tibbet. Second would be one last job. He may know of a way to get out of the city with equipment and tools, and maybe we could hide inside to go do this job and find the vein.
Yeah,
Okay.
like to get you out that way. That's a smart move. Yeah, the only people you know here that you've like interacted with, aside from all the court people, are one last job. The business is still floating around somewhere, though. Both of her friends are missing now. This is what happens when you make friends with PCs. They ruin your life. So the business, one last job. You don't really know Miss Tippett except through one last job because he was the one that was like, "This is my friend Ramus. He's cool." I guess you had a positive interaction with Aorta, who's like kind of a mover and shaker, right outside of the court structure. So there's that. You do have a few options before you.
The only ones I know are the business, formidable gun princess, and too much talk or too little action.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Those are the only three I know besides court people.
Yes. Yeah. You haven't met Aorta. Or...
Yep.
I think one last job would be our first stop. He's staying in this place. He's right next door. We could see what he knows.
All right.
Whatever we decide, I'm down. I just want to go back. We're very tired of being here.
This place does sap the will, right? Like the night wasn't wrong. There is just something terrible about this place, and you can see it in the faces of every person you see. Like even the joy and excitement that you see is a joy for a reprieve from the erosion that
It's
this
like
place
dread
does to a
lingering
person.
over everybody.
Yeah,
It's like England. It's like England, basically.
yeah, right. Exactly. It's like living in England. But yeah, it's just like this place just wears you down. So yeah, maybe I'll give you a minute to like we'll do some stuff with Mahuri, and we'll let you guys think about what you like, who you want to approach with this, because you can go to there's some factions that can help you, but you got to make the right choice. So Mahari, back at the bug farm, you and a slightly muddier formerly gun princess, you want to go find Bugfucker?
Yeah, we take off after him.
Okay. All right. So you follow his tracks, and you lead around the outside of the tent, and you see him at a bit of a distance. He's sitting on a stump, or I guess it wouldn't be a stump. It would just be like a block of stone, maybe from an old ruin in this place. And he's sitting on it, and he has his head in his hands, and he appears to be weeping, not loudly, but you can see his shoulders moving, and he's like sobbing into his hands.
Right.
He hasn't noticed you. Obviously, he's occupied with his own emotional burdens.
Okay. And Gun Princess is still like next to me.
Yeah. She's stopped behind you, and she's like staring at him quietly. She doesn't say anything.
Right. I think under my breath towards Gun Princess, I say, practice some humility. That is my favor that I ask of you. And I start like walking towards Bugfucker.
Make a quick insight check.
The old insight at -1 with the 0.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
damn.
When you look at her, she's experiencing some kind of emotion looking at him.
Melancholy
But
or
you
something
can't.
like that.
You don't know what it is,
Okay.
but yeah, it's appropriate to tell her to like chill. So she doesn't follow you when you go to talk to Bugfucker. She stays back and watches you.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I approach.
Okay. All right. He doesn't notice you.
Is it audible sobbing or is it he just has head?
No,
hands?
he's just like lamenting now. So he's just like sitting and he's just staring at the mud.
Sure. Before I get too close, I just like shout out so he knows of my presence. I don't surprise him or anything like that.
Yeah, clear your throat or
Yeah,
whatever.
I
Okay.
exclaim like, "Friend, may I approach? I wish not to scare you."
He looks up, and he's like filthy all the time. So there's like streaks of clean skin on his face from his tears, and he looks up, and he says, "What do you want?"
I'm here to apologize. This did not go as I planned.
What?
Your friend, she is dead. That back there is not her.
It's not your fault.
Perhaps it's our fault, if that sits better with you.
I don't think anything is anyone's fault anymore. I used to try to find meaning in it. I thought that maybe I had angered one of the Mara or done something to deserve this degradation. And he holds his hands up and his hands are shaking. I used to be better. I used to mean something, and now all I know is the muck and the bugs. I had a name once. I meant something. Maybe we should have just let her go. I think it's what I would have wanted. But I was too selfish. I couldn't think to let her go, and now she's gone. I hate this place. I hate that city. But it wouldn't be fair for me to hate you. You didn't do any of this. Is this how it is where you're from? All this suffering and mud and misery?
It is what you make it. If that's what you focus on, then yes, it's everywhere. But I find it important to find the simple things.
I thought I had. He looks past you at her.
Friend,
But that's just me deluding myself again.
from my understanding, it was a lost cause. You wear it on your face. You were hoping something was going to happen when it never would. You're smart enough to recognize that.
I just didn't want her to be gone. I didn't realize that giving her your blood would change her like this. For a long time, I remember having hope that I could reclaim whoever it is I used to be. He's gone too. And everything ends. You can go if you want. You don't owe me anything else. Take her. Take the papers. Find your friends. Just leave me here.
We still need to get out of here. Find a way home. We're not that knowledgeable, me and her. I've never been here. She has no memory.
She had friends. They're probably in the Necropolis now. Insufferable business. Mewling wimp. They were always too scared to come visit. I thought I was creepy or something. Fuck them anyway. Maybe those assholes know something they can help. This is the thing. These vein hunters act like they know everything about everything, but they're just scavengers. They find the veins and they know how to tap them, some of them, inefficiently, I might add, and then they get addicted to the juice, or they sell it, or whatever. The only ones that really know these secrets, the way to make things really happen, it's the Mara. You don't want to fuck with them.
I have friends that came
Or I
with
don't know.
me. They're still alive, hopefully, within the city. If you truly want to leave this world, there might be a way.
Kind of squints at you.
It's the least I could do.
It's like you said, friend. If I go with you, say we get back to your land, I'm just going to ruin it. Like I ruined everything here. It's not the void. It's causing my problems. It's me. And you see his shoulders kind of like slump.
Yeah.
And not in a like, oh, woe is me, I'm sad, but a like, I'm the problem. Like, it doesn't matter where I go, I'm going to be miserable because I'm miserable.
Right. Well, the offer still stands. We would welcome your presence, if you can stand it, that is, being reminded of her. She'll fade away more in time, I imagine, but as of right now, the wound is still fresh.
I think I'll stay here. Maybe. Maybe if I wait long enough, I'll just forget ever wanting to remember. It was nice while it lasted. You were passably tolerable. But if the two of you are going to leave, I need to get something. Hold on. And he gets up and he walks off towards one of the tents.
Okay.
Yeah, Gun Princess comes up as he walks away. And she says, what was all that about?
It's complicated. It's not your friend anymore. The man has lost his will to live in some sense. He has no direction. Not sure to or how to instill that in someone in his current situation. He went to go find something. I'm not sure.
Well, whatever happened here, closed the book on one story and opened another. I think you're stuck with me for the time being. She's still got like mud on her face when you threw her on the ground, and she like grins up at you with her big sharp teeth.
Yeah.
And she says, "We going into town?"
Soon enough. He went to go find something in his tent. We'll wait here for a second.
Yeah, and so you see him like return. Like we basically just cut. Like there's a short amount of time in between, but we see him returning, and he's got a bundle of stuff, like a bag under his arm, and like a gun, like her rifle across his shoulder, and like a brace of her pistols and stuff, like all of her gear, basically.
Yeah.
And then he's got something else under one arm, like a packet or something. And he comes up And he unloads the pile of gear into her arms. So she takes it and like kind of looks at him, and he says, "These belong to you, or they did, or whatever. I don't know if you can even understand me anymore, but tell her that those things belong to Gun Princess, and I don't want them here."
Yeah, I say in Giant, like, these were once your items. Use them if you want, but...
So we cut to her, right? And she's got this pile, and she's holding, like, a pair of, like, lacy underpants, and she's just looking at them like, what the hell? And you say that, you're like, these are yours, and she looks at you like, fuck off. And she, like, throws them in the mud. And then she looks back at him, and he says, he's holding this package. It's wrapped up with paper, and like it's got a string around it. He looks at you and he says, "I think I was writing this for her. I don't remember writing it, and I can't bring myself to read it. But something... Anyway, if she ever remembers anything," and he holds it out to you, "you can give it to her then."
Fair enough, I will. I grab it. What should I mark
So
that down?
So she says to you, she's like, "What is that?"
Something for a later time. It would not make much sense. Remember what I said about
She
humility?
nods.
Now would be a good time.
Yeah, and she nods, and she, yeah, I think she goes back to looking at the stuff. You can mark it on your inventory as like, I don't know, Bugfucker's journal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
It's a book.
All right. Yeah, then again in Giant, like, I think I'll, kind of as if he's not there, but I'm not trying to not include him. I simply just say to her, like,
Yeah.
if there's anything that you remember of this man from your previous life, it would be a parting gift for him to experience it once again.
She looks at you, and she kind of has this look, like this, again, the pitiable look, and she says, I wish that I did, but I can't remember anything. He's more of a stranger to me than you are." And Bugfucker says to you, "What did she say?"
She said that she does not know how to speak the common tongue, but she remembers something about you, but she isn't quite sure what.
Make a deception check
God
with
damn it.
advantage.
If it's the one check that I want to succeed, this is the one. And I haven't...
So you have advantage. He wants to believe, but you are lying, so
I have a minus
you roll,
2.
and then he'll roll to insight to see if...
Fuck me.
Okay, you got an 8. All right, let's see. It's a pair of 8s too.
God damn it.
Okay, so here's what happens.
Oof.
Actually, roll. So let's do one more. Roll an insight check. Roll an insight check, because I want to see if you know
If I
that
know
he
that it's
knows
a
that
lie.
you're lying. Yeah.
I crit. Well, I don't have
Okay.
advantage.
All right.
So 8.
You don't have it. You don't have advantage.
Fucking
Let me roll
8s all
another
day.
one. Yeah, just so many 8s.
Oh, I
okay.
know. God
So
damn
he
it.
failed. So you succeed. So here's what happens. You fail to lie to him, and you see what he actually feels. So you say this, like, she remembers something. He knows that you're lying. You see... You've never seen this before. You see him smile. It's this, like, sad little smile. And he looks at you, and he puts a hand on your arm, like on your shoulder, and or I guess he can't reach your shoulder. He puts your hand on your arm, and he nods, and he says, "Well, I guess that's something." And you both know that was a lie, and he's just like, "Thanks for trying, buddy." Like, yeah. And you can tell that he knows it's a lie, and like, there's this whole thing, like, let's all pretend that's true.
Yeah.
And he just nods, and he says, "Well, I have to tend to the farm, so you take care of her."
I will. Is there anything you need from the city? Should I send anyone out here, or...
Now that I think of it, you could do me a favor. You could burn it down and piss on it for me. Fuck them.
I think like Mahuri has like a guttural laugh, like very loud laugh. I will do my best.
And he nods. And he says, if you're as good at ruining their lives as you were at ruining mine, I'm sure you'll be fine. Get the hell out of here.
It has been a time. Goodbye, friend. I like.
And he nods and he just like waves over his shoulder and he turns away. And you turn back and Gun Princess has thrown aside her mud-stained cloth and is like pulling on a pair of pants and like pulling a shirt on over her head. And she looks at you. And she's holding this gun and she points it at you because she always doesn't know what it is. She points it at you and she's like, "What am I supposed to do with this thing?"
Yeah, the second I see the gun pointed at me, I like bat it away. And she's within
like
arm's
push it
distance.
aside.
Yeah, I said, that is how you killed me before. Do not point that at me.
And she looks at it and she's like, a killing implement of my own. Good to know. Stay in line or I might have to kill you again.
Yes, sure. If that's what you say.
Yeah, okay. And so she's like, she's buckled on her like gun belt and she's got her pack and she turns and we can see hazy in the gray green distance. We can see the Necropolis. And she says, "All right, warrior, take me to the city."
You must stop with these orders. We are. You know what? It doesn't matter.
she gives you a look like, yeah, that's right. I'm in charge of you.
Yeah. I think I start walking. I turn around and say, "You know, since you died, I guess you need a new name."
And she looks at you expectingly like, "Oh, and have you one?"
Perhaps we'll call you. And you see him. Mahuri like sits back and kind of just thinks, and he has like a spark real quick. We'll call you Amira. That is your name from now on.
And she smiles. What does that mean in Giant?
It means princess.
Of course it does. So she grins, and she says, "I think it suits me."
Let us see if we can make our way into the city. I have friends to find.
And and she gives a curt nod, and the two of you head off towards the Necropolis.
I think when we actually turn back for the first time, Mahuri actually sheds a tear because he's pissed off about Bugfucker. He had big
so you
dreams
just
for him, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, and it's just like wipe a tear from your eye, like, oh, yeah, the world takes everything that you love and throws it in the toilet.
Yeah.
But hey, you got this new friend. So, Ramus, Berg, and Yotazo, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? What is the plan here? You got to get out of here. You got to get reunited with your friend.
The idea is to get.
Well, we were gonna wait for.
Go ahead.
We were gonna wait for the guy next door. What's his name? I'll write it down.
One last job.
One last job. Thank you. What's his full name, please?
Let me look it up. I think one last job is what. One last job is the nickname. I think it's like one last job. I promise, or just one more job, something like that. Let me look.
I swear.
Yeah, one last job. I swear, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder because I don't think he's in my regular notes because you met him. It is one last job. I swear. Yeah, but you met him after I had written the notes, so he's in my iPad notes someplace. His name is Uno Mas Moichido. So yeah, one last job is the short form of his name. It's one last job. I swear. And it's an ironic name given to him because that's not true and it never is.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I figured as much.
Well, and he even said it, right? He said it to Ramus where he was like, "This is the big one. It's one last job. I did for real this time." Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go talk to that guy since he's in the building.
Well, you haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. So maybe you go like find out where he went or what he's up to.
That would be so
Like
easy.
you go downstairs. Yeah, you go downstairs and you come out into the room, and it's the same as before. This kind of like semi-raucous, like hanging out, people laughing and talking. Some people notice that you come down, but they don't. They look up and then look away. Like Berg, what you said before about like I miss when we were the weird ones. It actually helps you blend in here because these people are all really weird too. They're all mutants by their own design or tieflings from some faraway place. Yeah. So yeah. Where do you start?
I guess we go to Miss Tippett's and ask if he's in the where he is, if she knows where he is.
Oh, so you want to go find her?
Yeah, like if we're not 100% sure like what exact room he was in, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you find her and she's at the bar and she's talking to somebody, just like a person you don't recognize, and then that person walks away and leaves the room, and she looks up and she smiles and she says, "Ah, if it isn't our resident troublemakers, and around here that's saying a lot. You've made some interesting friends. I saw your visitor come in."
Yes, we're sorry that for all the trouble we've caused, but you are a most excellent host.
Well, it's literally the only thing I do anymore, so I'm glad that I'm good at it. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't protecting you from them. I just as soon throw you out. This isn't about loyalty. I just need to take care of my bar, and this place has rules. Even the Mara need to remember that.
That is very fair. In fact, we came to come give you good news. We will soon be out of your hair. You won't have to worry about us anymore.
Oh, really?
We just need to know if you know where one last job is. I haven't seen him in a while.
I haven't either. Not since you were here together.
Wow. Did he pay for a room last night? Or recently? Or
She nods and she says, "He's a member of the guild. Good standing, pays his dues. He's got a room here whenever he needs it. He's left some things there, but he hasn't been back in a while."
I fear he may have gotten into trouble. Do you mind if we go in his room and see if we can get a clue as to where he is? I put a coin on the table. I would definitely compensate you for the
Yeah,
inconvenience.
she looks at it and she slides it back to you. And she says, "Don't try and bribe me. I respect my guest's privacy, but you did seem to be friends. You can go in, but I'm going to come with you. I can't have you and your friends stealing anything."
That's fair.
And she gets a key ring off the wall, and she comes upstairs with you. And you come to the door, and she's like, "Oh, he's staying in here." And she opens the door, and inside the room is a ransacked mess. The bed has been flipped over. There's like stuff strewn everywhere. The window is broken, and there are drops of blood on the floor. And she scowls.
God.
Yeah, she scowls and she's like, "Well, there's our answer." And
Well,
it's not like there's like a huge drag mark of horrible blood. It's not like there's like arterial spray on the ceiling. There's just like drops of blood. The window is broken. There's glass on the floor. There's like stuff everywhere. And yeah, and so she.
Well, Yoda and Berg, help me look around this room for anything that could tell us what happened here.
Yoda and Berg hold down the right trigger and look around, see what you can see. So,
Science.
Hold on, let me switch to bat vision.
I was to say, yeah, Berg vision. So, yeah, you want to take a look around?
Yeah, try to
Okay.
piece together what happened.
So, who's helping Ramus with this? It'll be an investigation check with advantage.
-1, obviously, because intelligence.
Yeah, I have a
is
negative
probably-
1 too.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll help. Sure, why not?
Okay, and I'll try to use guidance.
Oh yeah, okay. Make your
Hey.
make a religion check. You're fine. Yep.
Okay, so I'll use guidance, and then
Mhm.
I'll roll with advantage.
All right. Good. Rolling with advantage. Roll that d4. Ramus got a 10
Okay,
for those.
14.
But you get the 4. Okay. All right. So there was a clear but one-sided struggle. It looks like somebody broke in through the window. There are deep gouges in the windowsill, like the kind you might see from like talons or claws. It looks like there was something broke in through the window. There was a scuffle, and then that person left through the window. The door was still locked.
And I guess I look over the edge of the window to see if his body's down there or anything. Or
Right? Yeah. No, it doesn't look like anything fell out the window. There's no debris or trash out in the back. You look back at like a courtyard. You can see this is the courtyard behind Miss Tippett's, and there are a bunch more people like kind of hanging out there. There's some like foliage. But yeah, nobody down there seems to notice. Maybe somebody sees you poke your head out and they just look up, like go back to their business. But yeah.
Miss Tippett, you know this area better than most. Is there anyone known for controlling or using flying creatures? It seems like something that could fly came to this window.
She kind of gives you a look and she says, anyone with the coins could be somebody who could fly. Though if you can figure out who it is, I'd love to know who broke my window and the piece of this place. One last job might have been an asshole, but he was my guest, and there are rules.
I also look around the room to see if there's any notes about the job that we were gonna go on. So just looking at pieces of paper and stuff.
Yeah. So you find, without any real trouble, like on the desk, it's been knocked off the desk, so it's on the floor, but you find like his ledger, right, of all of his like business transactions, and you can see the note where he paid off a debt to Aorta, right, because he was rushing there to like pay him off, and so he like dealt with that, and he has a note about the job and like some like timing, right? So it looks like the vein is meant to open in like 10 cycles or so. But yeah, there's no real notes other than that. It's not a journal so much as it's like a business, a list of business transactions.
It looks like. Does the room look like it was someone has gone through everything to look for something, or that like the fight is what moved everything
The fight,
around?
yeah. The fight was it. So like the bed is flipped over because probably, and you can see the mattress has big rips in it. So like whatever clawed thing landed on the windowsill probably jumped on the bed and knocked it over. And then the place looks like an animal got loose, not like somebody. Like there's actually some coins scattered on the floor. This definitely doesn't look like a robbery, and nothing like. I was to say nothing looks taken, but you wouldn't be able to know that. You're not familiar enough with his stuff. But it doesn't look like this place was busted into to steal things.
Can I use the nose, the trunk, to see if there's any like other animal smells or anything I've smelled before or whatever?
Yes.
Cool.
Do it.
Okay.
Make a perception check as you sniff the air. You have advantage.
21.
Okay. You smell familiar smells actually. Now normally so this is the sort of semi supernatural, like, I mean, you're an elephant man, so you're supernatural, but you know what I mean. This kind of like daredevil-y thing where you can smell like a bunch of different scents. So you smell the sweat stink of fear, right? You smell all of the like tavern and room smells, but above that and fading quickly because the window's open, it's like wind is blowing around in here. But you can smell the king's perfume. You can smell like sulfur very faintly, and like stage makeup. You can smell, and you only recognize those because you were exposed to the first and third so recently. Yeah, it is a damn good nose.
Yeah. I can't be sure, but I smell my previous captor, and I smell the makeup they used, put on me and put on people who were performing, or clowns and the acrobats and whatnot. Smells like the king was here.
Well, there's your answer, Miss Tibbet. The king caused trouble in your inn.
Yeah, and she, you see her just like nodding, but what's really happening is she's like plotting her revenge. You can see it because angry old lady face. And yeah, and she's just like lost in her revenge fantasies. She's like, how am I gonna fucking get these nerds? How dare they?
Well, it doesn't seem like anything here was taken. It was just they took him. These, if I had to guess, these don't look like fatal wounds. Look like they just took him captive. But why? Why him?
Yeah, I mean, who does she have in her clutches now? She's got little action. Now she's got one last job. What do those two have in common?
Is there any way
her elephant back
that that the king would know that you were associating with this last job person?
Not the king, but maybe Little Action knew. Or maybe they observed us walking together. Who knows? There could be spies everywhere.
How long has it been since someone saw one last job?
It's been...
My wonder is, why would they break in, or break into just this place and not our room, which is just down the way?
Adam, did they use candles in this place? Like,
yeah. I mean, they use fire for light.
So, but like, do candles burn down over time here in this place? To, like, tell how long?
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, does this seem like this was recently or days ago, or if there are any like indication through him of like how long ago this was done?
Not really. No, nothing like clear and obvious. The blood is only mostly dry or only sort of dry. So like within the last like day, I'll say this, it happened probably sometime during your long rest or before.
definitely seems sometime recent. Probably, definitely after a little show.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to find you, Yota.
Well,
She's desperate.
I suggest we leave this place as soon as possible then. It won't be long. She's as good as I think she is at getting what she wants. They'll be here very soon. So,
This is true.
if you have any more friends, we talk to them right now.
She just took someone who was doing a job for someone very dangerous, and he might not like that. We could go to Aorta.
Let's go to Aorta and tell on her. I love it. That's great. We're just like running out of friends, so let's go to the next one and see if we can turn them against each other. Like it.
Then yes, let's make our way to wherever Aorta is.
And Miss Tibbet here, I can tell, I know that look of wanting to get even. If you have any
when you say
ideas-
her name, she looks up from her revenge fantasy and she's like, what?
I see that look of wanting to see that little bitch on a spike. Do you have any ideas of how you could help us get revenge on her?
Well, I'm not really interested in going out there and causing trouble. I'm just mad that they broke into my place. I want to protect it. Now, if you want to go out and cause trouble somewhere away from here, I wouldn't be averse to assisting. The thing about the Mara in this town, they all hate each other. They're all loath to let anyone get any kind of advantage. So, if I wanted to cause trouble for the Divine Comedy, I would go and I would talk to the Dragon Knight. Maybe spend some time at the Church of the Void. Enemy of my enemy is my friend and all that. I mean, they're tyrannical assholes too, but well, 2 friends is better than 1. Especially if the rumors are true.
You said that Aorta was powerful. Do you think he could stand up or even cause trouble for the king?
I don't know him well enough. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
We're talking to her,
she pipes in, right? And she's like, Aorta's smarter than that. The only reason that people like him and me are allowed to keep operating in this place is influence, because we keep our head down. We manage our own business and only our own business. Aorta's ambitious, though. But that thing, that's a dangerous friend to have. I'm going to be honest with you, boys. Whichever way you go, it looks like you're pretty fucked. But hey, you got a room here, so there's that.
I don't know if Ramus asked you yet, but do you have any sort of way out of this town yourself? A secret passage or something?
She kind of looks you up and down, and she's like, oh, honey, no. It's the chaos that lets you come and go. I mean, they've got gates, but you made it in here all right without papers.
I died almost.
Yeah, she looks at you like, yeah. So I die all the time, like everybody here does. It happens. She doesn't know you're not from here. She just thinks you're a bunch of weirdos.
Right.
She handles weirdos all the time, right?
I look at her and I go, perhaps I misspoke. It was a great deal of pain and suffering that I choose not to, or would rather not to go through again. If you were going to leave the city, how would you do it?
There's nothing out there for me. That's why I'm here. This is the end of the road, not the beginning.
Hmm.
I'm done with all that. But if you want to get out of the city, there's no walls. Just keep your head down. Don't let your new friends find you, and hope for a little luck.
If there's no walls, then why did we go through all the stupidity of the judge and all that show?
She rolls her eyes, as if she's had to explain this to people before. I know that you and your kind think that you can get away with anything. You're outlaws. All the juice in the world has made you fat on your own importance. But even in a place like this, you need papers. You need to belong to somebody. Even me, I've got mine.
Will these papers not only get you in, but get you out?
They're what makes you a person.
How do we get these papers then? That seems to be the easiest way. I mean, we would like to sneak out without anybody noticing, but if we get stopped, having these papers would definitely help.
If you don't have them already, you're going to need to get some. Forgeries. Go to Gray Market. Ask around. It's not really my thing.
One minor thing. My face and person is very recognizable, and the king is definitely spreading around the image of me to everyone. How would how would I disguise myself?
She scowls at you and she's like, I'm an innkeeper, not a flesh crafter. I don't know, put a bag over your head. I've got to fix this window. Get out of my way. And she's like just shoves, intentionally pushes between the two of you and walks over to the window.
Well, and Yotozo knows, like, he's asking questions that are not her, like, in her wheelhouse or anything, but she's the only fucking person he knows.
Yeah, you're like, please, I am alone in this ocean of darkness. Help me. Yeah. And she's just like, meh.
How does the sun work?
Yeah. Miss Tippett. Is the moon made out of cheese?
Where's the bathroom? Bathroom?
Yeah.
Well, I think we bothered the lady enough.
Yeah, she's like, it's like you're not even there. She's just like, I got to deal with this.
Agreed. Well, the two options that remain to us that I see the best options are try to keep our head down and get out of the city on our own, or pay a visit to this aorta person, see if they can help.
Yes, or the third option, we unite the other two groups of Mara against the third and tell them that one of the big Mara is on the way and they might want to kick them out while they had the chance.
I don't know.
That's dangerous.
Yes, and we are not well versed in how to even converse or get in touch with the Mara or the factions.
I do think we should try to get papers. If we're going to get out of the city, we'll probably need them.
Yeah, well, and I think that's as good a segue as any, right? Where you're like, I think we need papers for us to cut to Mahuri and Amira, and the two of them strolling up the road towards the Necropolis. Mahuri, you have papers.
Yep.
You have forged papers, or we don't know where they came from. Some of them have blood on them. They're probably stolen, at least. And they indicate that you are foreigners, but who belong to one of the Mara. They're written in a language you don't understand, so you have to go on faith that they're gonna get you past. And the two of you are heading up the road, and Amira is looking at the Necropolis as it rises over the I was gonna say the horizon, but there wouldn't be one because this place is flat. But as it comes through the Superman 64 fog, as you approach, and it resolves, and she's looking up at it like a little bit wide-eyed.
Yeah, I noticed she's like kind of lost in the Necropolis view. Do you remember your time here? I'm sure you've entered countless.
There's something about it that feels familiar, but I can't place it. It's so big.
You might get recognized. That might also be weird.
Well, I'll let you do the talking for me. I don't think I'm going to be able to understand anyone in there anyway.
Great.
What do you mean, great?
I mean, great. Like, walk forward a little bit. I hope my friends are still alive. I haven't seen them in some time. I believe one of them was captured. He'll probably be upset that I let him go that way, but... Oh well, I just hope they're alive. If you remember anything important, please speak up.
Yeah, and she says, she's like, she's kind of like catches up with you because you've kind of like strode ahead of her, and she catches up and she says, well, what about my friends? Do I have any friends in town? Was I traveling with anyone? Are they handsome?
You had 2 traveling companions, if I remember correctly. They might be in this town. I'm sure you had enemies as well. They're probably in this town. She doesn't have any way to like conceal herself, right? Like we can't marvel this and like give her some glasses and a cap, right? That she said.
Right, I put a hood on her and
Yeah.
I mean, you could try to disguise her if you want. Yeah.
What do I have? Let me see if I have anything interesting.
Yeah, you look in your bag, you had a big fake mustache. I mean, it would be more the case of like putting a scarf around her face and putting a hood on and like trying to keep like obscuring her identity, not making her look like she's somebody else.
Right. I think I also will like is she equipped with all of her guns and whatnot?
Yep, she's got all her
Okay.
shit.
You were called Gun Princess before, which implies the guns. Would you mind if I put those in my bag for safekeeping and perhaps people won't recognize you so readily?
She shrugs and just like unbuckles the belt and hands them to you.
Okay.
She's not attached to him.
Yeah, I throw them in the bag as well.
Right.
I guess here goes nothing. I like hand her a paper and I try to find one that matches her the best, but that's probably a lost cause.
Yeah, they're not like they're like papers in the sense of like they don't have like images of people on them. They just have identities written on them with some stamps.
Gotcha.
Like official looking stamps. And
Do they have names
she
attached
takes one.
to them?
Yeah, but you can't read them.
I can't read them. Sure. So I don't even I know what's on here. I'm just looking at hieroglyphics.
Right.
Sure.
So the joke here, right, is that like you get up to the guy taking the papers and you hand it to him and he looks at them and he's like, "Welcome back to the Necropolis." Ma'am? Like this whole thing, like it says here you're 4 feet tall. I don't okay. But people change their appearance here in more dramatic ways than we do in real life. So yeah, it would be fine. Like I think that the value of these things is enough. And like we just said, like with Miss Tippett, it's pretty easy. The paper just says like I am allowed.
Yeah.
I exist.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that, we get a shot of the two of you standing in line and going before the judge and handing over your papers and taking them and stamping them and letting you in. You follow the line through the gates and you walk into the Necropolis. And Gun Princess, formerly Gun Princess, Amira, looks at you and she smiles and she says, "See, that wasn't so hard. Now, see if you can find your friends."
Right.
Dude, it's going to be like this.
Yeah, I have no
Just
idea.
brush
where to
each other
begin.
on the shoulder and not notice, and we're out, and he's in. It's great.
Well, yeah, Gun Princess is disguised and she doesn't know any of you. So like Berg bumps into her, and you both look at each other like, "Hey, watch it," and then like walk by. I think she. So you say, I don't know where to begin, or you said something like that, Mahuri.
Yeah. The scene is like I'm sitting there trying to think like if I were Berg or Ramus or a captured Yoda,
Yeah.
like where would I go, or where would I be? Because I saw you get captured, right, Zeke? Like I saw you go down, and I
You
walked
saw
away.
me, get impaled and then
Yeah.
fall.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What were we gonna say, Adam?
So she sees like there's people looking around, and you look sort of confused, and she looks at you and she says, "You're thinking about it too hard. It's a city. Cities have markets. Markets are where the people are. Let's start there."
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Fair enough. Where's the market?
Yeah. She looks around and she shrugs and she's like, "Well, I don't know. Let's go figure that out." And heads out into the city with you in tow.
All right.
And I think that's probably episode. That's where we fade.
Cool.
We'll see if you run into each other in the market.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
He says like he's not the one in charge of that. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do some shout outs and we'll call it an episode. Max, let's start with you this time. A little bit out of order.
Sure. I am Max or GassyMexican, Variety Caster here on Twitch. It's always fun to do Quarter Swords. And for those of you, I'm sure some people are tuning in that weren't able to watch normally live because we're doing it on Sunday. So that was hopefully it worked in your guys' schedule. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks, of course, to Dan, JP, Adam, and Zeke for being awesome dudes to do the show with, and Adam, of course, especially for creating this world and keeping us going. Yeah, if you guys are interested in any of my stuff, follow on there or don't. Totally up to you. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching again.
Thanks for being on the show. Zeke, some shout outs.
Yo, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in on to this special makeup show of Court of Swords. Thank you to Dan, Max, Adam, and JP for putting this on and being awesome every week. You can find me at or / Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. In about an hour from now, I will be live on my channel. I'm going to do a little mini, like 4-ish hour cast of Sekiro. I'm trying to get this goddamn thing complete, and I feel like I'm getting close. So if you want to do that, I'll be there in an hour. And then I think on the 25th, I got a cool early game that I can show you guys. I'm not sure if I'm not allowed to say it yet, but whatever. Yeah, thanks, and I'll see you next time. Tuesday, right? We're gonna be here again on Tuesday.
No, I think someone's gone. I think that's why we're doing it Sunday.
The reason we're doing it now is because Tuesday I'm going to be on my way to Poland.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we got another week.
But
I thought it was
so-
because we missed last week. Okay.
little bit of both.
Zeke and I are at the same place in Sekiro, and I'm also going to be playing it for like about 4 hours. Multi-Twitch that shit. I'll race you, Zeke.
You know what? I already. I'll let you win. I already give up.
I said, you'll win though, because I'm gonna spend like 20 minutes talking about a tree, so it's fine.
See, I was just gonna say the same thing. I'll spend like an hour like looking at like the notes and the thing like, what the fuck does that guy mean by that? It's like he wants a body. I gotta
Good. All
find
right,
a
so it might
body or
actually
something.
be might actually be an even progression.
Yeah.
It might be even killed. For sure.
It'd be like that. It's gonna be the tortoise and the tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Just squad stream it. That'd be great. Last but not least, Dan. Actually, no, Adam. We're not going to forget Adam for the second time this show. Second to last, Dan, do some shout outs.
Hi, I'm DansGaming, variety streamer on Twitch, / DansGaming, easy to find. Thanks for having me on the show. It's fun to always get back into D&D. Sucks we can't do a show Tuesday, but I can't wait until next Tuesday to continue this epic Void saga and see where it goes. Thanks to Adam, JP, Max, and Zeke for being awesome crewmates, and I can't wait till our next show.
Awesome stuff. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. I can't even talk.
Glad to have you.
Adam, do some shout outs and shut up.
I would love to.
Shut up while you do shout outs.
Shut up while you do shout outs.
My name's Adam Coble. I'm the Dungeon Master of the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is always super fun. Somebody in chat pointed out I never expected to see Mahuri at the center of an emotional scene, and I was great. I can't wait to talk about it.
Heretic, bro.
You can find me on Twitter at Skinnyghost or twitch.tv/Adam Coble. And if you want to see what I was up to all weekend, go on over to YouTube, go to Loading Ready Run. There are VODs for the War of the Spark pre-release, which is what I was up to all weekend. So if you want to see some previews of the new Magic set and you want to see me lose some Magic games, spoiler warning, go and check that out. Otherwise, I will be back next time for more Court of Swords. That's it. Oh yeah, and go check out the Q&A. It's live. I put it up. It's on community.itmeJP.com. Go and ask questions.
Check it out. Let's do some goals. Get some XP.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let me get my little goal calculator here. Everybody's level 12?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this should be easy. Ramus, Yota, and Berg all get 2,000 experience for escaping the comedy. So Ramus, Yota, and Berg all get 2,000. And then for working on, I think let's see. Oh, Yota, you got your jug back, so that's worth another 2,000.
Cool.
That's another 2 for you. And then Maharib, you get working on for reunite and convince Gun Princess to come back with you.
Are we? Can I challenge the idea of reunite with party? The fact that like it's the first thing that's going to happen next episode, so we can get the XP now. Like it's already
Yes.
Because if we go into
So you don't have to make it a goal next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Totally.
Okay.
Yep.
So that goes for everyone because everyone had that goal.
Yeah. Let's just clear it because that we all know that's going to happen. Okay. So everybody gets another 2,000.
Okay.
Good day.
There you go.
And then you said I worked on convince, and I didn't
You
really
worked
work
on convincing Gun Princess.
I didn't really work on escaping the void. So what is that?
No, but that'll all be
I'm
that'll
getting
all be the
close to
next
level
thing.
13.
Yeah. That's 600. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Close.
There you go.
Oh my god, I'm
Like
170.
I'm like a little under $2,000 away from 13.
Fucking 170
Me
goddamn
too.
XP away. God, fucking Adam.
Yep. Keep at it.
Fucking Adam. All right, we're out of here. We're gonna go do that post show. That'll be up later on patreon.com/roleplay. I'll get the MP3 posted, I guess for last week, probably later today, and then the other half will go up on Tuesday. And then, like Adam was saying, or whoever it was, there's no show this upcoming Tuesday, but we should be back the 1st of May. No, the 30th of April is what that is. So we will see you guys then as our next show. Have a good one. We're out. Bye-bye.